Hi, you guys. It is Thursday afternoon, October 29th, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 71. The title is Light on the Knitting. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together and lowercase on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. And, sorry, distracted. Pete is assisting me today, so we have one new member this week who is Knitty Turtle 3, who is Trish, and she's from Canada. So welcome, Trish. Thank you for joining the group. Make yourself at home. Start a thread if you need to. Make yourself at home. So I also have Ravelry group birthday shout outs. And we have one birthday this coming week, and that would be Made by Faye, who is Fernanda. Her birthday is on October 31st. So happy birthday, Fernanda. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. This podcast also has a October Pink Along for breast cancer awareness. So, and it is a knitting or crocheting or yarn related along. So the rules are that you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. You can have started your project on October 1st or after, and it needs to be completed and posted by October 31st, which is Saturday. So I'll probably close the thread Sunday morning, probably. So get those in. We have 7 completed. Anyway, let me finish. Objects must be pink in nature. Double dipping is welcome. Welcome. Chart. Lord. Words. Chatter is welcome and encouraged as well. The prize is $6 or less giftable pattern from Ravelry, which has been donated by a lovely member of the group. Thank you so much. And I thank you all in advance for your participation. Thank you. And that is all of the administration. The story of the week in stash enhancement. There is no stash enhancement. There will be some in the next couple days, but none right now. The story of the week is a little bit spiritual in nature. So if you really aren't interested, you can skip ahead until you see me hold up some knitting. So this past week, last Wednesday, in fact, we had Ted's brother went in for an ablation, which is a thing where they try to make his heart beat right instead of being in a fib. So he went in for the surgery. Everything went fine for the surgery. He got out of the surgery, and they took the tubes out because he had to be intubated. It was like a 5-hour deal. And when they did that, and he was awake and talking, but he said it hurts back here in his throat. It really hurts. And there was a bump coming up, and when they pushed it, blood came out of his mouth. So he's got AFib, and he's been on blood thinners for a long time. Well, they had to take him back into surgery. They had inadvertently cut the back of his throat and tongue. So they had to go in. They had to repair the damage, and then they had to put the tube down again to keep his airway open. So that means that they had to sedate him and with the tube overnight. They'd planned on trying to remove the tube sometime Thursday, and they were not able to do that because he started bleeding again, I believe, or that he was fighting and resisting, so they couldn't. So they sedated him again, and Friday it was becoming a worry whether they were going to, because when you're intubated, he was on a respirator. So it's very concerning. So on Friday, Ted and I went up. We were going to go spend some time there, even if we couldn't see him, or we can, So we went. We got there. We didn't really know the hospital that well, didn't know where to park. So we were in the parking lot and it was packed. So we called his sister who was inside and asked her where we should park and where we're supposed to come in. So she told us, and she said, well, you could do the, what do they call it? The valet parking for $2 or just, whatever. So I pull around to the front where we were supposed to go. I couldn't find where the valet people were. So Ted got out of the car. Ted's blind, by the way. And I kind of directed him over to the trash can, and he was going to stand there until I got back. And I said, it might be a few minutes. Do you want me to take you over to that bench? And he goes, no, I'll just stand right here. It's uncomfortable for him and for me. So as I'm heading back towards where I could park, I prayed, God, please let me find a close parking spot. There was a close parking spot. So as I came back, and Ted's like, oh, that didn't take long. I was like, I prayed that I'd get one close. And he goes, since God answered that prayer, or since that prayer was answered, and I'm like, I know, Ted, I am praying for Tom. So we get upstairs, and Louise was telling us all about what was going on, and that there was a concern because they couldn't get the tube out of him and get him off the respirator. And Louise asked them what they could possibly do, what were they going to do if they couldn't get it off, if they couldn't get him off the respirator and the tube out of his throat. And the nurse told her that they could do a trach. Not a good thing. So I started praying again. Mind you, I am not the saint. I am not a prayer warrior by any means, but I was praying that, and I was able then to pray specifically about what needed to happen. And while we were sitting there visiting and talking, we were there probably 30 or 40 minutes. And every time I had a chance and had a break, I would just close my eyes and pray. And about, like I said, about 45 minutes of us being there, the nurse came out and said, we got the tube out and he looks really good and everything's good. So we went back, and, we were just like, I was like in tears. I'm in tears because, yes, the tube is out. They didn't have to do a trach, but in tears because God is faithful and he was listening to me. And that was so wonderful. So, but in the back of my mind, after everything, and as we were going home, I was thinking, God, why can't you answer my prayer about, my job and the work situation? And, I want to be able to be at home and make money and make a living on my crafts. Why can't that happen? And it is not so much that he spoke to me in a voice and said, I need you here or whatever, but he brought to mind the things that I enjoy, the things that I do for the people who live in the nursing facility that I work at. To be able to give them a human touch. Those people who don't get a nice human touch, or to be told they look pretty today, or, do something for them that everybody else may not do. Plus my job, which is in therapy, helping them to be stronger and independent. And it just renewed why I do what I do and how he wants and needs me in this position. And it was so wonderful that I was then able to be comfortable and okay in my job, and it made it so much easier to go to work Monday through Thursday this week. So I'm sharing this because I feel like maybe somebody else needs to hear this, and if not, I hope I didn't bore you. And thank you very much. Also, I'm sorry. Also, my job is such that I don't have work tomorrow because there's no hours for me. So that's like 8 hours of pay I don't get. But even though that is happening, I believe that God wants me in this position, and I know that He's going to provide for me. So, okay. That's the story of the week. And now, shall we get into the fiber? After 10 minutes? That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. I have two empty needles. That means I have two finished objects, right? Yes, I do. We'll start with these. The Rose City Rollers is a set now. I was here last week, and so I did the toe decreases, and I used a Russian bind off, the Russian grafting to bind off the toe. So there's a little line there, but it's on the outside of the sock, not the inside. And it was so much easier and nicer than the Kitchener. So when I talked about this before, I said I was going to do a toe-up sock. And some of you very kindly linked me to some socks and patterns that are toe-up. And I plan on doing that the next sock. But I don't know when the next sock is coming on. But anyway, let me tell you about this. This is the Rose City Rollers, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Mara Catherine Briner. It is made from Plymouth Yarn Stiletto Sparkly, which is 70% superwash merino, 23% nylon, and 7% Larex. The color is a number 802. I knit this on my US 2s 2.75 millimeter Carbons double point needles. These Knitter's Pride Carbons. Love them. So they are completed. I have not tried them on since being completed, so I don't know the what's going to happen to these, but they're done and I'm happy. The second thing that I have completed, see, what I did was I just focused. I focused, monogamously knit and finished the socks. And then I monogamously, I can't even say the word, knit and finished my back to scarf. This is where I started. This is the middle. And this is where I completed. And it is big enough. Okay, this is where I was last week. Well, actually, 2 weeks ago, because I don't think I moved my marker last week. So I knitted half of it, I guess. A little less than half has been completed this week. Because I was so determined to get it off my needles. Actually, I think I was at about 60 stitches and knit down. So probably this much I knitted. Because I was like, something's got to give. What can I get off the needles fast and easy? And so it was this scarf, which is the Bactus scarf, which is a free pattern on Ravelry that links to a Flickr page that has the pattern by Strickless. I'm going to do this. STRIKKELISE You can see my handwriting is not good, but I'm saying this wrong. Strikkelise. Strickless. Okay. The yarn is Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable. The color is stained glass. The needles I used were my Knitter's Pride Dreams US 7 4.5 millimeter 40-inch circulars. And it is big enough to be a shawl. Be a nice, comfy something to throw over my shoulders, which was kind of what I wanted. Let me see. It's nice. I love it. I love the color. And I am contemplating making a Ricky hat to go with it in the same color. So anyway, I love it and I'm going to wear it. It's not completed. I need to wash it, lay it out to kind of even up some of the little stitches. And I plan to add a little tassel on each side because I have this much yarn left. I think it would be cute to have a little tassel on each end, just because I think it'd be cute. So when I complete it, I will show you next week. The sad news is I did not touch any of my other projects. I did about 3 rows on my cardi. Should I talk about my cardi? I guess I will. Since I did do something on it, I'll talk about it. This is the Simple Raglan Cardi. Works in progress now, folks. Simple Raglan Cardi, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Lion Brand Yarns. The yarn is Loops and Threads, Snuggly Wuggly. The color is Doodle Dots. It is 100% acrylic. The pattern calls for US 6s and US 7s, which is 6s is 4 millimeter and 7 is 4.5, but I'm using 7s and 8s, which is 4.5 and 5 millimeters. My Addi Turbos, 40-inch circulars. I modified the pattern to make with the larger needles so that it would be a little more drapey with the yarn and might fit me better. So I also modified the pattern by adding these garter ridges and I think that's it. That's it. One moment. Honey, I'm recording. I'm going to shut the door. My honey just got home. Sorry about that. So that's all I've done. I didn't work on my freesia and I didn't work on the pattern. I have a few commissioned items that I'll be probably working on this weekend. But hopefully the freesia and the cardi will get some love and the other pattern. And I plan on pulling out my shrug design soon. I had so much luck doing like monogamous knitting, I don't know. But I just wanted to get some things off the needles. I don't think I can do that unless like this one, it didn't bother me. I enjoyed the whole process. It was just garter all the time with decreases and increases. So, and it's so nice and warm. We haven't turned on the heat yet in the house, so it's a little chilly. And this is just perfect, nice and warm. Okay, so no spinning. I didn't do any spinning. I'm still spinning the same thing, but I didn't do anything with that this week. So we're going to go to Pinterest. Which is it's a cold remedy. It's like more natural more natural, and I don't know what you call it, but leaving a chopped onion in your room at night is the title. Let me open it up. It's supposed to delay. Maybe just get it opened. They call it Natural Home Remedies. Leaving a chopped onion in your room at night. Or she was asking a question and saying that she heard somebody tell about how they would leave an onion, sliced or chopped onion on a plate in the room with somebody who's starting to come down with a cold or is having a cold, that it helps to speed up recovery and less time being sick. And she said that it actually worked for her. So I'm getting up she saw a difference in her children, and her children, when they started getting sick, also asked for, "Where's my onion?" Because even they felt like it made them better. But this is the website. There are links in the show notes to this so you can read it for yourself. But whatever works when we're feeling yucky and starting to get a cold. Even she said it might just be like, the thought in your mind just kind of made it happen. But there's benefits to the onion and that make it. In the article, it talks about why it works. So if you're interested, you can, click the link in the show notes and you can go look at it and read it yourself. Also, all the normal links to all the patterns and the people mentioned are in the show notes. So go over there. You can click on the links and find what you need. Stumble is a pattern, the Almost Lost Washcloth pattern. And this might be a really great little extra Christmas gift that can be given with some soap or whatever. So it is the Almost Lost Washcloth pattern. That's what it looks like. And this is what the washcloth looks like. And it doesn't have but it's like those flower washcloths that people were making, that I saw, like Holly from A Homespun House, when I first started watching her. She was making these, and I want to try it. So there's a pattern in this. If somebody else is wanting a little extra, little easy thing to do for gifts, because it's a really nice gift. It's really cute, unique. Get a handmade bar soap, and that would be a nice gift. I would like that gift. So it's going to be a little bit shorter today. So if you have Christmas gifts that you want to give and don't have any ideas, you can go down and click on my Etsy store and you can take a peek there. If you do nothing more than favorite some items, I would appreciate it very much. Also, please subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. I know that's hard to remember to do, but it would be so nice if you did. And if you want to support me and help me to earn more than 3 pennies, watch the ad in its entirety. Also, if you are watching on iTunes, I would like to know who you are. I don't know who's watching on iTunes, so do me a favor. Leave a review, even if it's just saying, I like your show. Hi, I'm so-and-so from so wherever. And I would really appreciate it because I see that people are watching on iTunes, but it's kind of stalkerish. I don't know who you are. Just kidding. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Links in the down bar to everything. And I'll see you next week. Bye.